So let's talk about just with your crazy schedule and everything, the demands of being Machine Gun Kelly. What centers you? Do you have one thing?
Yo, I mean, you know what? Having my daughter on the road this week is
Oh,
extremely eye-opening and really cool.
nice.
But you know, this lifestyle doesn't really like, if you're really living this lifestyle, I mean, just engulfed in it the way that I'm engulfed in it,
Yeah.
there is no center, man. There's no center, dude. You're just floating and you're just like
Yeah.
praying to God that you land on your feet when you do fall.
Wow. What do you care about?
I care about those fans who still like need my music or just need music. Period. The ones who are like, I care about fans, like fans. I
Wow.
care about fans, and like this is not to be confused with the person that requires a picture for them to like
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the fans who don't need anything but a great show and a great album and some great lyrics, great song, great
Yeah.
major or minor chords on the record to give them some chills. I mean, a
Wow.
true fan. That's what I care about. But other than that, dude, I don't care about too much no more, man.
So there's a surprising fact that maybe a lot of you don't know, which I thought was freaking so awesome, that you were the first rap artist
Yeah,
to win at the Apollo.
very, very
Like
big accomplishment
that's
to my
amazing.
career. Like as far as like
Yes.
personally, that's probably like my most favorite accomplishment.
How did that feel? Like something you did something that I'm just saying no other artist has done. No rap artist has done.
I it hit me at the time. It was like anything is possible.
Wow.
When I won that first, after I left there, I mean, on that ride back from New York to Cleveland, I probably felt like, you know, tomorrow is the Grammys, the day after the Academy Awards, and the day after that is,
I love
you
that.
know what I mean, Lifetime
Yes.
Achievement Award. I like when I won that, I was like,
I'm good. I'm
I'm
done.
gonna I'm gonna be a superstar.
And
But
you are.
well, trying,
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow.
So, yeah, that was. I need to remind myself of that more because that wasn't supposed to happen. Like that
Yeah.
wasn't supposed to happen, and
Wow.
I wasn't even all the way together as far as like my demeanor, damn sure my outfit, my everything. Like I wasn't even together, right? Like to where I was
Yeah.
like, whereas now it's like if I walked down there, I'd be like, how dare you not give me first place? But back then, I look at myself, I'm like, I can't even believe they let you in the competition. But
That's
it was just meant to happen
awesome.
because
Absolutely.
yeah, it was really cool.
Everybody has their moment where they're like, "This is what I'm supposed to be doing." Did you feel like that was
it.
yours?
That was it.
That was
it.
yours. Let's talk about just kind of go back to Black Flag. You
Love that tape.
said this project is dedicated to love because for my entire life it has been taken from me. Granted, when it was given, I pushed it right back. I couldn't handle it. This was until I experienced the loss of love for what I love doing most, music. That was the one thing worth fighting for, even more than the love of my father. I found that love again, and I plan on never surrendering it. Find what you love and fight.
Yeah, that's like.
Do you still feel that way? Because when I heard that, I'm like, I don't know this dude, but I want to get to know this dude. Like,
Yeah.
like something like that. That just encompasses so much to me when I read it and I hear it.
I haven't read that since I put it out, and that's like crazy to hear that. But I don't know what type of mood I was in when I wrote that, but that was like. I wish I like. Maybe I need to wake up to that every day because man, I'm telling you, sometimes the fight just dims in you and you just want to stop, dude. But that's really, really cool to hear that. I don't know, man. Maybe I had this interview for a reason. You know what I mean? This is a very important and crucial part in my career. This is that point where it's like the second album is on the way.
Yeah. This is a
People are paying attention this time, and people are
yes.
waiting for either a big success or a big fail. And you know, rather than approaching it with some inconfidence and some doubts, like anyone would, like I need to go back to how I was with the Apollo or when I wrote that letter and just be like, you know what, this is a fight that I'm gonna win.
And I love this, the fact that you said, you know, find what you love and fight.
I love that. Love
like
that.
I was just like for me in my life, that resonates with me so much, because this for me has been a hard battle.
Mm-hmm.
You know, being female, starting your own show, like producing it, putting it all together, getting
yeah.
people to, and it's like to get what I'm trying to do is hard, no matter what arena you're in.
Mm-hmm.
And having that message come across to be like, okay, I get it, because I feel like there's so much rah-rah, there's so much turn up, like that's not me. And I just feel like, okay, can we get back to
Man,
can we get back
who are
to
you telling?
what it's about?
I haven't had an interview like this in a minute. You know what I
Really?
mean? Yeah, this is where it's at. You don't need strippers, you don't need flashing lights, you don't need any of that.
No.
It's something special to be a journalist and to be able to connect with the artists and get them to say. I mean, I've talked about the Apollo a million times. I've never talked about it in the light that I talked about it today, right? Like because like that, whatever it was, the way you presented it to me was like took me right back to being like 18 years old or 19 years old, however old I was when I did that. 19. No, 18. I was 18. It was like February when I went to the trial. Yeah. So I was 18 years old. And like it just took me back to like how at that point there was no way I wasn't becoming the biggest rapper in the world. I mean, there was no, I mean, I'm talking about if you met me back then, oh my God, I was rapping, I would rap bars around you all day. You would, before you even turn those cameras on, I would have been like, excuse me, before you interviewed me, do you want to just hear me kill it? Because I can't
real quick,
kill it.
because I
Right.
can do it real quick.
Right.
Wow.
So-
well, I'm glad, because sometimes we all have to come back full circle, or sometimes be reminded of why we started,
Mm-hmm.
because you never want to lose yourself. You know, I interviewed Betty Who. I don't know if you're familiar with her.
Betty Who, why does that name?
Betty Who. She was on tour with Katy Perry.
Okay.
She did that song, "Somebody Loves Me," and
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
And we were talking, and I said, you know, what are you afraid of? And you know, this question kind of came out of nowhere, and she didn't expect it, but she gave me the most honest answer, that she was afraid of losing herself in the machine of
Oh,
the
yeah.
music,
Oh,
and
yeah.
not, you know, looking back and not saying, okay, I am proud of what I did. You know, is there a moment where you think about that?
Man, no. No. I did everything the way I wanted. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's slip-ups along the way on stuff that I couldn't control.
Right.
Because that's just what it is. There's just, I mean, unless, you know, even if I did this totally independent, which sometimes I feel like I should. But you know what? I have done this totally independent. There is no cosign. I mean, take take the label. I mean, this team, this is me, these are these fans.
Wow.
You know, you don't see me on these famous people's Instagrams like getting love. You know what I mean? When's the last time you saw one of your artists talking about go get Machine Gun Kelly's new tape? You know what I'm saying? It doesn't happen. I don't have cosigns. So like, yeah, no, I don't have no regrets. I love the way I've done it. You know why I love the way I've done it? Because my journey is still like
Going.
just creeping. It's not even like this, because if it's like this, it's just so quick, and it's like people have just had too much of you, and they're like, oh, come on. Like this is like sick, because when it happens, every single person's has been along for years for this ride. Whether you know Machine Gun Kelly's music or not, you know he's been around, working his ass off, touring. You've seen his flyer in your city somewhere, performing at blank tonight. You've heard the songs. You have a friend that has a MGK tattoo somewhere on their body. You don't understand them.
Right.
But like when that moment happens, you're gonna be like, damn man, I've been hearing about this kid for years. He finally got his moment.
Because I was gonna ask you, do you feel like you're at your professional height?
No, hell no.
Absolutely not.
25 years old, dude. You know what I based my career off of?
What?
The fact that like MJ, all of them didn't even put their first album out until they were 26, 27.
Wow.
So all I'm doing right now is just like playing with the time until I'm 26, 27. Once it's 26, that's when I'm really gonna start putting myself like in a lockdown. You got to get this stuff done. As far as I'm concerned, I'm gonna have 2 albums on them before they even started. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have 2 albums. I have multiple MTV awards. all types of different,
I love
certificate,
that.
whatever.
I love that. Oprah, I'm coming for you.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like as soon as I'm 26, that's when the time clock starts ticking.
I love that.
But
I love
that's
that.
that's when the climb starts. That's not the height. That's when the climb starts.
When you put General Admission together and you were kind of putting the songs together and deciding what goes where, was this an easy process for you, or did you kind of have any hiccups in between?
I had some really clutch last minute records that now that now looking back, if I wouldn't have had these records, it wouldn't have been as awesome of an album. I had no hiccups organizing this album. It was, like I said, it was just journal entries.
Wow.
It was literally just journal entries. I mean, if you read the lyrics, it would look like journal entries. It doesn't look like some like repetitive, annoying songs. It looks like I'm reading.
So this is personal.
It is personal, definitely personal.
Personal. What do you want your fans to take away from General Admission?
Take a voice away. Take a voice away, man. Find, you know what I mean? Like my story is not the craziest story, and it's also not the most politically correct story. It's perfectly right in the middle for every regular person out there to find a piece of that they can relate to and find this voice in the record. Yeah, so I'd say find a voice in this album and apply it. You know what I mean? If you need it to get you out of a depression, use that. If you need it to have fun and listen to Till I Die and be proud and represent your city or where you're from or your hood or your squad, whatever, that's a record for you. You know what I mean? If you, I have a track on there with Kid Rock it makes you want to hop in your car and take a road trip.
Wow.
To wherever, but you know what I mean? Like you can play it 60 times and get to your destination like 2 hours early, guaranteed.
I love this. Thank you so much. This was definitely, I don't know if this was more of a session for me than for you.
That's amazing. It was for me too. I'm taking a lot of stuff away from this show.
So thank you so much.
Thank you.
And just real quickly, just please tell everyone where we can find your music when everything is coming out. Just give us everything. Till DC, you make sure you check him out. DC
General Admission album will be in stores and online this fall, late September, early October is what they're telling me now. A couple of the songs from the album are already on iTunes, and other than that, man, just catch me when I come through your city next time. The show is something that you've never seen before. And other than that, thank y'all for your time. Thank you so much for our little therapy session.
I know. Thank you so much. This is Donna Jones for Spotlight TV with Machine Gun Kelly.